Hello there, my name's Widgie, and we are going to be playing through a game known as Frostpunk. Now, Frostpunk has recently been released on Steam in the last couple of days, and it is a city building survival game in a theme of steampunk and also the depths of winter and the cold and the need for survival. So all of that is all wrapped up into a game that has been developed by 11-bit studios. And this is a main menu, and we're going to have a look around the settings first before we jump into a brand new game. I have not played this game at all. I've only seen some open or closed beta footage of it. It looks really, really awesome. It's been a while since I played a city building game, and this one definitely is like a breath of fresh air. So let's jump into the settings and see what we got. So general, we've got language default, temperature scale. Most people will use Celsius in the UK and Europe. People in America will tend to use Fahrenheit. I'm going to use Celsius. That's all I really know. We're not going to disable tutorial because it's really, really in depth, and I need to get a grip of how to actually play this game properly. So definitely not going to do that. Going to graphics now. Borderless, obviously. Resolution. I'm at 2036 here. Quite a high res for the screen that I'm running, which is good. We've got everything high. We're going to see how that runs. So we'll leave that for now. The volume was really loud when I first started, so I've chucked that down a bit. But here you've got the sort of the classic sort of things here. Controls is quite extensive, which is really, really good. So that's that. So everything seems to be okay. So I'm just going to click apply, even though it didn't do anything. And we're going to go for it. Before I do, though, I feel like if anybody of you watch Game of Thrones, I think this is really just reminds me of certain parts in the series where a lot of the story is centered around Winterfell and the cold and the need for survival and keeping warm, sheltered, food, water, and so forth. And yeah, I just think there's a real sort of atmosphere that this game gives, which is really good before you even start a game. Also, if you don't know 11-bit studios, they also developed the game This War of Mine, which is another sort of survival game where you have to look after people in like an abandoned sort of building, completely derelict, and there's been a huge civil war and everything, and you've got to try and survive, and there's all sorts of dangers out in the open and everything like that. So yeah, that's one of the other games that they developed. So to give you some tips at the bottom, people's chance of falling ill is quite high. There's lots of things.
Still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday.
I really like the art style as well.
Progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity.
Part of me thinks this is sort of centered around the steam-powered days. So when coal-powered, everything was coal-powered and so forth.
We bid farewell to plenty. And for those who remained, came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north.
Don't know why you'd head north when there's a blizzard, but
Roamed for weeks,
when it's freezing
maybe
temperatures.
months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
This is where I come in. So I don't really know too much about the backstory, and how they actually discovered this generator, which we just saw there, which I think, because I've watched previous footage, that we need to get powered. So here we go. I love the animated design around the border here, and how some images are static and then around them is animated, like the snow and the rendering around the edge. Really awesome. Here we go. So, a new home. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world as we know it has crumbled. We have to survive. Awesome sound as well. We're going to see how we're going to do here with the... Hopefully it won't lag too much. Fight the cold. We need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to other buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. Stockpile some coal. Okay. So, there's coal, there's wood. Stockpile some coal. Let's have a look for some coal. What's going on here? Why can't I move? Camera controls. Here we go. Right, so we can use WASD. I think you can move the camera with your mouse while holding the right mouse button. You can also use WASD keys, move the mouse pointer. Okay. Resources and workforce. So this game is really, really like in depth. Like there's other games like the Anno series and so forth where you have to do quite similar, where you have to allocate people to certain resource gathering areas and so forth. Some of that adds to this game, which is good, that we'll find out is we have moral issues. So we'll have decisions that we need to make, and that will shape us going forward. So it depends how we want to be as a leader. Do we want to be a really cruel leader that doesn't care too much about the people, or do you want to be caring and understanding, but then it will cost us resources and so forth? So there's loads of decisions, and as we make those decisions, they'll have an impact in the future. So really, really cool. Anyway, so resources and workforce. Most buildings require you to assign people. Here we go. Look, to work there. Certain buildings only employ engineers, and others only employ workers. To assign people to work, click on a workplace and use the assignment panel. Okay. So there's 80 homeless at the moment, which is not good. We've got coal pile here. So we have workers, and we're going to now assign 6 of them because we need to stockpile. We just need to stockpile coal. So we are simply going to get them all going. So we're going to max it out. Here they go. Look, they're heading off. Don't know if you can see that. Whoa! Whoa! What the hell? Why is it like that? Interesting. Why does it spin round like that? That's bizarre. I don't know why it spins around so much. Yeah, let's use Q and E. Sorry about that, guys. Probably like feeling quite sick now. Hang on. Let me get. There we go. I'm going to use the keys. Okay. So this is all we want to do right now. Is just want to buy coal. We can see them. We see the little kids here that dancing and all sorts. People don't have a home though, and we do have 30 wood, so we can buy some tents for them. This is another cool aspect of the game. The way that you build buildings is in rings, so you just extend it further and further out in like rings. So you have like a circle-shaped city essentially, and you just have outer rims, which is kind of interesting. So that you can place that there or wherever. So what we're going to do is I'm going to place some houses here. Now the thing is that okay, so that's going to be constructed under construction. Cool. Now Let's have a look, see how much a house actually holds. 10 people, so not much basically. We can build streets as well. Don't exactly know what that does yet. I think you can build a road so they can get to the coal quicker. But right now, I just kind of want to focus on getting the coal. Yeah. I really like the art style as well. Like it's sort of the layout and the UI is really simple, but they have a lot of information packed within it. So it doesn't bamboozle you the minute you load it up and you're like, what the fuck is this? You know, like how do I do everything? Like it's not too overwhelming. It's nice. You know, like at the bottom here, these like buttons, it makes it easy, you know. So you have 2 bars at the bottom here. They haven't really explained this yet, but basically hope and discontent. So hope's the one we want to keep up. Discontent is the one we want to keep down. And throughout the game, as I mentioned before, you have all these changes, these moral decisions you need to make, and that can affect certain things. So just like the music and the... It's just really cool. Hopefully it's okay and it's not too quiet for you guys. I might just turn it up a little bit. I mean, that was quite loud. So, there we go. So, how are we doing? So, coal, how much do we need? So, this is kind of cool. These different levels. So, 6 coal to turn on this steam level. So, we need 6 coal. And where's our coal deposit? Oh, we have enough. There we go. Boom. We had enough coal in the first place. I don't know if we did in the first place, actually. Anyway, we're turning it on now, so there we go. Check that out. Nice. Hopefully I'm not too in the way. I shouldn't be. Better place, actually, to pop me. Hang on a second. I'm just going to move myself. Like... For now, just here. There you go. Cool. Okay. So, generator's turned on. People are getting warm. That's good. So we need to stockpile some more coal. Apparently, we need 200. So nice. This is another thing that we have. So we have a couple of things. So number one, you've got work days, which is kind of cool. So it's really realistic. The fact that you have a period of time where people work and a period of time when they don't. So it's not 100% working and autonomous, which is really good. Realistic. Like it. And you'll have a little black bubbles that will pop up that will be a decision that needs to be made. And this is one of them. So first one, we have a housing problem. No roof over our heads. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in this terrible cold. We better do something about it. So, this one. Discontent will rise slightly if we don't do anything about it. I'll provide shelter for everyone. You'll have 2 days to provide shelter for 60 people. And I'll provide some shelter, as you'll have 2 days to provide shelter for 30 people. Now, I don't know how quick it's going to be to gather some wood. I really don't know. I don't know whether it will be easy. But to be fair, we already have 10 wood. And that's one shelter that we could use that for. So that's 20. That's 10 people done already. And then we only need 2 more shelters for 20 more people. So let's do some, because I'm not too sure how easy it's going to be. So, okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take a couple off of coal, and there should be nearby some wooden crates, and we're going to get people. Wow, there's loads of people available. Okay, max that out then. Max that out. Okay, cool. So here we go. So at the bottom right here, which you can see now, which is all right. That's good. You can see what people are allocated to doing what. So you have the unemployed and the prohibited. So total of 35 out of 80 means that we have 35 people who are unemployed. And I think 15 are like children. Yeah, they're children, idle engineers, and idle workers. Okay, so... And this is like even more extensive. Like, how awesome is this? Like, you've got all people's names. You know, you can probably click on them as well. Like, you can imagine. So they don't have any shelter. Will be forced to just sit here, look, in the cold. Okay, I've got an idea. Let's build another tent round the heated area. Obviously, we're out of wood, so we've got people that are going to be on this. This is another thing to take into account as well, is how much they collect an hour. So this is kind of really helpful. This is flashing. Coal. I don't know what coal about 19 hours means. Okay. People on normal work shifts are free to see to their needs. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So, temperature. So, sort of on the screen, top left is going to show you tips, hints, tutorial, and stuff like that to get you into it. And then stuff on the bottom left is going to show you your objectives. And stuff on the bottom right will show you about how many people are unemployed or employed doing stuff and so forth. So, pretty cool. So, controlling time. You can speed up time by clicking the game speed buttons found to the left of the temperature at the top of the screen. You can also bind keyboard shortcuts to the game's speed buttons to the settings menu, which can be accessed by clicking on the icon in the upper left corner. The game will slow down to normal speed when something important happens, as well as each day at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, I'm assuming, is when people go to work. That's good. So we're not going to bind a key to it. We will just increase it, because there's nothing really going on at the moment. We've got more shelter for people now. So there's only 50 people now sleeping out in the cold. People will start to get sick, and discontent is slowly rising because of lack of shelter, but hopefully we'll sort that. This is our stockpiles, telling me how much we get a day. So we'll definitely hit the coal. We should hit the coal target. We might not hit the coal target, actually. No. So we could get more people on coal, which is what I'm going to do. Because we have workers, I'm just going to max them out on another coal deposit. So we get more coal coming in. So now, you look at this, it will say now there's 360 a day, which is fine. That's what we need. Consumption, 6 coal an hour. Okay. We're not going to override it. Okay. So that game's slowed down, and it's the start of the next work day. So day number 2, as you can see up here. If you can see that. Oh, that's weird. My arrow's messed up. My arrow's not pointing at what it should be. Hi guys, we're back. Sorry about the jump cut. I had a weird... My cursor was misaligned on OBS for some sort of weird, bizarre reason, so I had to sort the resolution out. So we're back. So let's jump back into it. So, now we have 2 sick people because of the cold. And we have another decision to make. Here we go. So, critical shortage. The number of sick is rising, and we don't have enough materials to build a medical post. Perhaps a short burst of effort could help us gather the necessary resources. So, this is the next mechanic of the game, which is Book of Laws. And these are the laws that you make as a leader throughout the game. So, it sort of has politics, you could say, built into it. And the way you manage and rule the people. So, it's really extensive as well. Like you can see here, like, it's crazy. Okay, so. You actually sign these now. Okay, so. I think you get 1 point every now and then. Emergency shift. People will work for the next 24 hours. Sometimes we have to concentrate on the task at hand at the cost of everything else, or die. So, new ability. You can force workers in any facility to work for the next 24 hours. That's kind of good. Use the emergency shift. Will raise discontent. Discontent will rise slightly. Okay. And I think you can just jump across to here as well, because this is on the same level. So you can actually have child labour. Child workers can be injured in accidents. Hope will fall slightly. We can actually use child labour, which is a bit controversial. Child shelters. They stay in child shelters during the day. They won't cause any mischief. New building, child shelter. Hope will rise. Providing all children with a place in child shelter gives a permanent hope bonus. You'll have to build a child shelter. Can't say that. Child shelter. Child shelter. I think emergency shift is really, really good. So we are going to sign that.
Hear me. New law in the city.
Okay. So, people should be getting that. That's good. People are starting to go out to work now, I think. I'm not too sure what time they start work. We don't really need steel. So what do we need? What can we make at the moment? So like, a medical post is kind of crucial. That requires wood. So let's get some more wood as well. So let's max it out. So let's have a look at what we've got here. So we haven't got any idle workers now. That just shows you, gives you an overview of what people we've assigned. So all we're doing is focusing on coal and wood right now. That's what we need. So here they all go out, look. And I think, as I say, you can build a street, but I don't know what that is. Here we go. So it's actually going to explain it now, funnily enough. So construction. Use the construction menu at the bottom of the screen to order the construction or dismantling of buildings and streets. Only people who are not currently at work can build structures. So engineers are the ones who build stuff, I think. I think workers can also build. I'm not entirely sure. Buildings inside the heat zone are warmer and provide better living and working conditions. To make the best use of the heat zone, buildings are placed on a radial grid. Which is this cool grid system that I said about earlier about how it goes out in rings. Really, really cool. All buildings must be connected to the generator by a street in order to function. Radial grid, valid, invalid, conditional placement. Okay. Okay, there's all other ones here. Okay. That's fine. I think we're gonna build, I don't know if we should build roads out to here. I don't know if that's building streets. It's like a line here. It won't let you do it. I don't really know what this does. You can't build a street here. Doesn't work. I don't really know how streets work. Not gonna lie, I don't know how streets work. So our coal's going up. So it doesn't, the gathering system on here doesn't work in the way that a standard RTS game would work, where you actually mine something, you pick it up and you take it somewhere and you drop it off. Doesn't work like that. So the minute they get on the task, it'll just keep ticking up. Okay? No matter whether they take it back and drop it off, or they come back and they carry on doing what they need to do. So it's quite straightforward. So what we want to do is we really want to get housing, because we want to provide a shelter for our citizens, so we can build another tent. So we're going to build that now, because that's kind of important. We need to stop people getting ill. First, deal with the problem, rather than dealing with the symptom. Deal with the cause. And that's what we're trying to do right now. It's really, really cool, I think, like how the graphics are with the like the trails through the snow stuff. I think that's really, really cool. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of the navigation on the game, because I seem to move to the left of the screen and it's sort of delayed slightly. I don't know whether that's just because, you know, maybe people accidentally hit the side of the screen and it moves and it's frustrating, so there's a delay. So I don't really know. I'm going to just use WASD because I think that's the best thing to do. But yeah. So that's good. So we've got another tent up. And we're going to have enough now for another tent. So we can actually build that adjacent. But if we actually look, if you click on here, we can look at the temperature overlay, which is really, really cool. So our generator is really not too good at the moment. So we want to keep all the houses in the warmth. So we're just going to build around like we're doing. And that's sorted that out. So that's good. Food. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now, food. There will be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Okay, so we might have access to more stuff now. So food. cookhouse. Turns raw stuff into nutritious meals. 1 unit of raw food is used to prepare 2 standard rations. Hunters based here hunt every night, venturing beyond the city to trap their prey in the frozen wasteland. They provide up to 15 raw food a day. So that means 30 meals a day. Now, I'm assuming one person has 1 meal a day. Not sure. So I'm going to put this on the outskirts because, yeah, I don't think we need it here. Yeah, I honestly don't think we need it there. You can see our engineers are now being used, I think. Oh, no, our engineers aren't. What are engineers used for? Oh, they are building. Going to build. Okay. So we've got quite a hefty amount of coal reserve. Coal. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a couple of people off coal. And where's our wood? Here it is. And max out wood. There you go. So reduce down the coal a bit because we're getting quite a lot of that. Okay, so shelter promise fulfilled. There we go. Whoop, whoop. Everyone feels relieved with a roof, even a flapping one over their head. Hope rises. That's good. So we still have 2 sick people. So it gives us a breakdown of those 2. So we need to really sort the medical post. We really, really need that. And that's going to be 25 wood. So we should, in a second, there we go, be able to have a medical post. So we're going to put that down. There we go. Nice. I like this. I like this game already. It's awesome. I love the music. I'm really getting involved. I like it. By the way, if you haven't already, I do stream quite randomly. I don't really have a regular schedule for streaming, but you go on Twitch, it's Widgie1. It's on my channel, my main YouTube channel as well. I've actually revived this channel. This channel was a really, really old channel that I used to post maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. And I decided to wipe out all the old videos, redesign the channel, rebrand it, and this is my first video on the channel now. So thank you very much for everybody who's actually come on to watch the video. Hope you stay tuned. The day ends! And yeah, stay tuned for more videos. So, the day has ended. So the time's speeding up a little. We want a cookhouse. So here, look, we have an emergency shift option. So this was the option that I put through on the Book of Lore. And it's an ability that I've got now. So when I click that, discontent will rise. But if we really need the resources, like if we run out of coal, then, you know, we can do that. So let's have a look at the stockpile. So coal, really, the amount of coal we use is 6 coal an hour. So if you do that for a whole day, really it's not really that much. So I think we can take a couple again off of coal and focus more on wood, because we need wood a lot. How are we doing? 30 people are homeless, so let's get some more houses. I mean, what we want to start to do is look at increasing this power, but we haven't researched it yet. That'll double the coal consumption, so it really becomes a big thing. So I haven't actually looked at all of these yet. I've only really looked at people, health and food. So we've got resources. So this is a resource depot, and it extends our storage facility for a chosen resource. Coal, wood, steel, raw food or food rations. So I think that's sort of similar to a stockpile, but it's an extension for a specific resource. Is that correct? People working here gather resources from nearby coal piles, wood crates and steel wreckage. So I think this might... I don't know. You need base heating level of 1. I don't know what that is though. I mean, yeah, they're actually heated here. They're comfortable. It's a comfortable temperature. I don't know what the temperature would be at here though. I don't know how that works. And there's tech. A workshop here. A lab equipped with everything an engineer needs to develop designs for various buildings, technologies and improvements. That needs base heating level 2. I don't know where I can see the base heating level. An off button here. Alt operation. +1 to building installation. +1 to heat zone. What's this mean? Oh, okay. We need to have people at the medical post. And it's engineers that are in the medical post. Let's get that up so we can actually help people. Didn't even realise how to do that. Also, these are hunters. Okay, so now we have... We sort of have a shortage. If we pause it briefly. So, we actually now have a shortage of people. So, we need to start to micromanage. It's a really micromanaging sort of game. So, let's take some off of wood. Because food is important. They're going to be bringing through 3 raw food a day, which is just not enough. Because that's only going to make 6 portions of food. Which is just not enough. So we need to take some more off of wood. We've got 7. Let's bring in 7. Our food situation. Got raw food already, so we can actually... We should have first built a cookhouse, really. That's our problem there. Because food rations are 0 now. That's not good. So we're going to have people going out now because it's night time. They're going to go out hunting, which is cool. Okay, so temperature, which is something that I actually wanted to try and understand. So the temperature inside a building depends on the power setting of the generator. If the building is in a heat zone, that building's insulation and the conditions outside. There are 6 temperature levels. Comfortable, livable, chilly, cold, very cold, freezing. Okay. Keeping homes and workplaces as warm as possible helps prevent people from getting ill. Some workplaces might become inoperative if the temperature falls too low. So at the moment we're okay, but you can see on the timeline at the top here we actually have a deep freeze coming, or not a deep freeze but a huge temperature drop. So it's going to drop 2 levels. So people who are comfy are going to be dropping down a bit. So that's something that we need to look out for. Is that going to go away or? Okay. Oh, this is different. Sorry. Illness and healthcare. Here we go. Cold homes or workplaces cause people to get sick. Without proper care, they become gravely ill and might die. The sick can be treated in a medical post, but the gravely ill need an infirmary to be treated. Until you build one, you can save their lives by signing one of 2 laws. The radical treatment law allows you to treat the gravely ill in medical posts, but some of them will be left as amputees. Interesting. The sustained life law allows you to keep the gravely ill alive in medical posts or care houses indefinitely. Wow. That's actually quite good. It's not good because you have a gravely ill person and they're just there, just hanging on to dear life. But it's good because that can be like a limbo land, a stop-off point until you get an infirmary built, which is quite good. But then they won't be working, so you lost a worker. Interesting. I don't know what if they become an amputee, whether they can still be a worker or an engineer. Don't know about that. Okay, we're going to speed things along here. Oh. Okay. What's this down here? 5 being treated. Okay. At least we're alive. Not everyone's so lucky. I like these dialogue boxes as well. See, these dialogue boxes are also, if you played City Skylines, you had like a little Twitter sort of lookalike box at the top and would tell you how people are feeling. Right, we have a new decision. A new issue has arisen. So, a word of advice. Resources shortage. We're getting short on resources. Our needs are great and growing by the hour. To address this, we can enact a law that will allow us to extend working hours. I thought... consider signing extended shift. You can extend the workday in any facility to 14 hours. Working overtime causes discontent. Discontent will rise slightly. Okay. Building a city in the frozen hell requires sacrifice. I don't know if we need to do that. But can we go and sign this? Can we sign any of these ones? I haven't said about dead bodies yet, because we haven't actually had anyone who's died. 30% of the gravely ill treated in medical posts will be left as amputees. That's a high percentage. Or they will remain a burden, and they'll take up beds. Oh, God. See, this real decision of, like, what do I do? This is, like, what people are, like, gunning for in these sort of games now. They want to have this tension. They want to have the decision on their shoulders to say, what do I do? What's going to be the best outcome? I don't know what's going to happen in the future. There could be anything that can happen in the future. I have no idea. It's uncertain. So, yeah, it's really cool. And also, it's good that they don't allow you to actually see further on. I don't know if they can. No, they sort of hide it. So we can go up a second level on this one, or we can actually choose one of these. But really, there's other ones here like food additives. Add sawdust to meals to make them more filling. Ugh, that sounds awful. Although not exactly tasty or healthy. Love that. I don't know what that means though. New recipe. Sawdust meal. Sawdust meal. Okay. I don't think we have any issues right now. So I don't know if I need to actually go for one of these, do I? Do I have to? You can extend the workday in any facility. We have extended and we have emergency. So yeah, let's do it. Like, discontent's not going to rise. Well, yeah, it will. Discontent's not good. What? 10 hours is enough? I suppose in our circumstances. 14 hours. People will barely have time to eat and sleep. Yeah, but it's not actually gonna. I'm not actually gonna do it unless needed. So that you can change. So here you can actually increase working hours. For the hunters, you can't increase it. So that's currently okay. So they're not working. So if they're not working, can I take them off of it and put them somewhere else for the day? Does that? So if I go none, can I do that? Max it out. What was that?
Work time. Get back to work.
Okay. Okay, so here, hang on. Here it's saying there's one sick absence. Okay. One sick. Temperature's chilly. Okay. So we just need wood. We need wood because we need to make a cookhouse. And I think... okay, let's put a... Can we put a cookhouse on the side? See, we can't... It's not adjacent to street. I never understand that. What street are we looking at? We'll put a cookhouse here. We're out of wood, that's fine. We're collecting wood. Wooden crates. So that's one of our main objectives, to get this cookhouse built so then people can have food. So you can see here at the top we're going to have quite a grim period of time, a couple of days of really low temperature, but then it's going to actually rise, which is good. I still need to understand how to get to how I know what levels of heat we have. Like I click this, it tells us. I guess these are the levels. I'm going to assume. Probably me being stupid, so yeah. So that's the highest level. It's livable. Okay. Pretty cool though. I like it. That goes infrared. It's cool. Okay. Right. So. Okay, right. So, people from our convoy. With basic resources secured for now, we could try to rescue the people we left behind. Build a beacon. Scout Frostland and save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. You need a workshop to design plans for more advanced buildings. We're going to max that out. How many people do we have? We have no idle workers. That's good. Good. I think this is the best way to look at what's being collected, right? Or stockpile, maybe. No resource depots have been built yet. Okay. Okay, so we're fine for coal. We could probably come off coal a little bit still, actually, to be honest. We could probably come off that and then go on to wood. Wood crates, coal pile, steel. We haven't actually got steel yet. Wood crates. Which is wood crates, that's closer. So let's take that off none. Max that, there we go. Cool. We've got a sick absence. I don't know how to really avoid that, because we have people working in the medical post right now. Cookhouse will produce 4 food rations. And 2. That's good. There you go, it's going up now, look. Is that 40 rations an hour? That's crazy, that's loads. So hope should start to rise. Yeah, look at that, we're doing quite well. We have people hungry. But once they come back to... Once it's home time, they should be alright. So we really want to focus on getting this researched. So we haven't researched it yet, so I'm assuming that we need to build a workshop. So we can actually do a gathering post. People working here gather resources from nearby coal piles. So we could put it like here. Like there's quite a good... There's steel, wood, and steel and wood here. There's everything here, isn't there? No, it's steel and wood again. We could build that. So a gathering post. Does it matter that it's not adjacent to the street? Okay. Ah, look. You want to cover as much as possible. We could just build that there. I mean, is that a problem? It's not next to a street. So it's going to be a bit of a... So let's try and build a street then. Okay. Okay. Right. Let's build... There we go. Waiting for workers. Could not resume production, requires raw food. Alright, so we don't have raw food, so... We can keep the engineers in there, because they don't need to be anywhere else. Cool, okay, right. Alright, okay. So... I think you can build a building anywhere you like. That's when it goes orange or yellow, when it's not next to a street. But I think it becomes an issue because it takes longer for people to get to the building. So yeah. Anyway, so a new decision awaits. Here we go. Oh, this is a bit more important. A housing protest. Right, okay. So sleeping outside. So, Captain, some more people are protesting against the lack of housing. I thought we sorted the housing issue out. Last night was not the first they had to suspend outside. They want you to see to their needs. They want you to see to their needs immediately. Provide them with shelter right away. You'll have 1 day to provide shelter for 10 people. I'll provide them with proper housing. You have 1 day to provide housing better than a tent. Okay. So we can do that. We can build a house right now. So let's do that. What we can do is we can actually... That's waiting for workers. Okay, there we go. Right, okay, so you can see this is getting built. Oh shit. Let's max it out. Let's get people going there now. Okay. See, I don't get that. So, if you have like 15 hunters at night, when it becomes day, they're no longer needed. So you can just take them off and make them work somewhere else. But then you're actually making a worker essentially work 24 hours without rest. I don't know how that really works. Closed. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's closed. Also, we can build. What am I doing? We can build what we wanted now. Fuck. Oh, we need steel. Nice. That's good. So we sorted that. That's okay. That's good. People are hungry. They should be getting sorted out though. There's loads of meals. Yeah, there's a cookhouse. People should be getting sorted out. We've got a nice path going up here now, so and that's gonna be a gathering area. There's steel here as well, so we'll get people on this because we need steel for research. For what do we need? Yeah, that was it, wasn't it? A research depot. Oh no, build a workshop. Build a workshop. Where's a workshop? Ah, oh, we can build this. A lab. Bit of a design. Yeah. Okay, right. Just build that there. We're out of steel. Right, now we need steel. Steel's becoming an issue. I guess for more advanced buildings we're going to need steel, so I can introduce a new law. Alright, let's have a look. Okay. Cool, right. Oh, Lord. Well, nobody's died yet, so there's no point in using this right now, I don't think. Sustain life. Okay, this is the one about people who are gravely ill. Now, we don't actually have an infirmary yet. And an infirmary, I think, is going to cost us some steel, which we don't have. So, what do we do? Is it worth it? What's this? Soup. Oh, this isn't very good, is it? You can cook soup instead of full meals to feed more people with the same amount of raw food. A fighting arena. Nothing relieves tension better than watching a few rounds of an all-out slugfest. I like it. Okay. So really the gain from that is what? Like a fighting arena, evening bouts will reduce discontent. Could be something we could get. I honestly don't know, like this sustained life is quite good. I think sustaining life is probably the best thing to do. Because radical treatment is just... See, that's hope though. Discontent will rise and hope will rise. Hope will rise, discontent will rise as well. The gravely ill will take up beds in medical posts. There's only... How many beds are there? 5 in the medical post. I don't know. Sustain life. Oh, this is it. This is the game. This is what it's well known for right now, is being able to do this. Give you a complex, you know. And I noticed here on the cemetery, it goes into so much detail saying that each burial will keep some people from work for a few hours. Now, I don't know whether that means the actual burying it or whether people have like a service. There's like a service for the person, a funeral service, you could say, for the person who's died. So some people are going to take off work. So just little things like that is just really, really cool. Okay, so sustain life, radical treatment. Sustain life, radical treatment. Okay. We're going to do radical treatment, I think. There you go, done it.
New law. A new law has passed.
There we go. And then you have people's opinions on it once you've signed it, which is kind of cool. So we are out of steel. So, okay. So here we can ask people what they want to gather. Because they won't gather the wooden crates because it's not classed as something. So wait, it's only engineers. I didn't know that. You kidding me? Hang on. So where's the coal pile that we're on? Hang on. One sec. Hang on a second. There's wooden crates. There's a coal pile. So we take coal off there. Oh, we can put workers on here now, yeah. Street is not connected to the generator. Huh? Oh, okay, there we go. Does that work? I didn't know you had to do that. I thought you just had to touch. It's not connected to the generator. What? That's still an issue? Hang on. One sec, let me pause. I'm getting confused. Street is not connected to the generator. Street is not connected to the... What generator? That's fine. I'm confused. It's saying that the street is not connected to the generator. Hang on. So this is the generator, right? And it's saying that it's not connected. But how am I supposed to connect that then? They're gonna... Is that building it or... What? There you go. I think that's gonna do it. Yeah, I think that will do it. They just haven't built it yet. And that's why. Did the hunters go out? Oh, thank God. The hunters went out. I was about to say the hunters haven't gone out yet. Hunters usually take 12 hours. Hunters have been away for about 9. Hunters will return with up to 15 raw. Get a move on, chaps. There's still plenty of work to do. Okay, research. Sorry, I had like a little complex there. I didn't like it because when I clicked it, I didn't see anything change in the road. But yeah. Okay, so day-night cycle. The city wakes up at about 6. People have some free time until the work shift starts at 8, unless there's construction work to do. After they finish their shift at 6, they are free to help with construction again, which can keep them up well past midnight. You can extend the 10-hour work shift if you sign certain laws. Okay. Oh, there we go. It's getting built now. That should... There we go. So yeah, so now we've got 10 workers on here. And they're going to be... How do we just focus them on... Okay. I'm trying to see how it works. If we take that off there, it'll be 235 wood. Whoa. Oh God, here we go. Buckle up, everyone. The big freeze is on. Close at this time of day. What is it? 8 AM. Okay, they open up. Okay, right, that's fine. What's going on here? Too cold. This building must be at least chilly inside to work. Oh, dear Lord. I did not know that. Oh my God, here we go. Woo. Alright, okay, so the technology tree is now opened up. Seeing as we've just installed the research depot, we now have access to the technology tree. So, we have 2 technologies here. We also have 4 different categories. Holy shit. Okay. So exploration industry has the beacon, which is one of our objectives. Resources, you have faster gathering, coal thumper. Coal thumper. By pumping pressurized water in underground coal deposits, the coal thumper washes the precious resource to the surface, forming a pile of up to 560 per standard workday. Enough for 2 gathering posts. I need to understand how gathering posts work. Hunter's gear, thanks for better snowshoes. Hunters setting out from the hunters will return with more raw food from each hunt. Okay. So this is the steam one. When powered by the generator, these contraptions create additional smaller heat zones around them. Each active steam hub consumes 3 coal per hour. So a steam hub is sort of what we need right now. Place temperature by 1 level and consumes 1 coal per hour when running. I think we might want heaters. When they say workplace, so yeah, heaters would be quite good actually. It'll take 7 hours. I think we need to do heaters because I built that building and it's not operational right now because there's not heaters. So I'm going to say heaters. It's got a good building insulation. This one hasn't got very good building insulation. That's why it's cold, and now it's not operating. So we're going to take the engineers out there. There's no point in them being there. That's our gathering post. Functioning. Okay. 4.2 wood an hour. Okay. Well, we now have a new button as well. We've got a technology button, which is cool. I like how it reveals buttons as well as you go along. So it doesn't actually give you everything at once. And it just blows your mind, the whole UI and everything. It introduces it to you slowly, which is cool. So we're going to leave it there for this part. I've just got access to the research depot. So we've got access to technology now. We've what's the word? We have implemented some laws and slowly building up the city. But what we're going to struggle with soon is a lack of people. And that's why we need to go out, find people, see if we can save them, bring them back here, increase our pop. So, awesome. So, stay tuned for the next video in part 2. And I'll see you around. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Widgie. Have a good day. See you guys.